What's new in Disneyland Paris, from a brand new nighttime show to some new citizens wandering around Frontierland and a couple of new giant toys that you may recognize from a very popular Pixar film. We have a lot to discuss, so let's go. So the first and probably most exciting thing that has recently come to Disneyland Paris is, of course, the brand new nighttime show, Disney Tales of Magic, which happens every evening at park closing time right here on the beautiful Sleeping Beauty Castle. The show premiered here in Disneyland Paris on the 10th of January 2025, so it's not even been a month yet. And it's open-ended, so it's going to hopefully stay here for at least a few years. It replaced the previous nighttime show here, which was Disney Illuminations, and I personally wasn't the biggest fan of that, as most of you probably know if you watch my channel for a while. So I, for one, I'm so happy we have this brand new show, and I think it's a show that anyone's going to enjoy because the films that they've used in it are all very popular films. I mean, The Lion King, we've got Hunchback of Notre Dame, which admittedly is not the most popular Disney film of all time, but it's a French film. It's a film that is set here in Paris, so it's cool to have a little bit of that. There's some Encanto, there's some Beauty and the Beast, there's Pinocchio. I mean, the storytelling and the music, especially in this new nighttime show, Disney Tales of Magic, is fantastic. They also use drones in it. There's fireworks, there's lights, projections, waterwork. There's so much going on, so I would highly recommend watching it if you're coming to Disneyland Paris. I do already have a couple of videos showing you some of the best spots to stand for the nighttime show, but one of the best things about it is that you don't actually have to be too close to the castle. You can watch it from Main Street USA and still have a great time. It's actually, in some ways, a little bit more immersive from there because they have projections all across the shops from Main Street USA, which makes it such a fun experience. My top tip would be to watch it right in front of Waltz. So where Waltz, the restaurant, is, basically kind of in the middle of Main Street USA, that's a really good place to spot because you'll get to see everything then. So yeah, Disney Tales of Magic, so happy we have it now. The next new thing at Disneyland Paris is that, unfortunately, Big Thunder Mountain, one of the most popular attractions here in Disneyland Paris, is now closed. Not forever, don't worry, it's closed for refurbishment, but it closed earlier back in January, and we've been told that it's going to be closed for a minimum of 6 months. That's just a minimum. It could end up taking longer. It could maybe, if we're very lucky, end up being a little bit shorter, but that's very unlikely. I would imagine that until at least June or July time, we're not going to have Big Thunder Mountain running here in Frontierland, which is a bit of a shame. I understand, especially if it's your once-in-a-lifetime trip and you've been really looking forward to riding this ride. Unfortunately, you won't be able to do it, but please don't be sad because there's so much else going on. There's so many other attractions here, so many other good rides and shows and character meets, and there's a lot. So don't let the fact that Big Thunder Mountain is closed for 6 months minimum ruin your trip. You're still going to have an amazing time, trust me. I mean, I'm very lucky. I come to Disneyland Paris on a regular basis. You can watch any of my videos, and I don't always go on Big Thunder Mountain. Even when Big Thunder Mountain is running, I don't always gravitate towards it, and I still have a good time. So don't worry, you're going to have an amazing time, and hopefully, let's have our fingers crossed that by the time Big Thunder Mountain does reopen at some point later in 2025, things are going to be fixed, and so hopefully it won't go down so often. I will say, the fact that you can't hear screams and the rickety sounds of Big Thunder Mountain in Frontierland at the moment is a little bit strange though, and as you can see, the Molly Brown boat is also gone for the time being. It's also going to come back with Big Thunder Mountain, I believe. It's raining. But that's not new here in Disneyland Paris. It rains quite often, especially in the winter months. And at the time of filming this, it's currently the first day of February 2025. So it's a cold and wet day here. But the next thing I want to talk to you about is actually a new character meet here in Frontierland. So where I'm standing is actually right in front of the Frontierland Theatre, which is where the Lion King show happens on a daily basis. Obviously, make sure to check the times on the official Disneyland Paris app. But as of, I want to say, about 2 weeks ago, Chip and Dale now meet here in their cowboy costumes. Now, it's not actually on the app, and it's not every single day, and oftentimes it's only in the morning, so it's a little bit hit or miss. But if you have a big Chip and Dale fan in your family, or if you yourself love Chip and Dale, then it might be worth checking out this part of Frontierland. It's basically towards the back of Frontierland, and come in the mornings between, I want to say, 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. is probably your best bet as to seeing them. Their outfits look really cool, by the way. I've seen photos of them. I haven't met them quite yet. Hopefully I'll get a chance to at some point in the next few days. If I do, you'll be seeing some clips of them. Otherwise, you would have seen a photo, and I mean, right now, because it's wet and rainy, they wouldn't have been out anyway. Now, if cowboy chipmunks aren't your thing, then you're in luck because you might be able to meet some real cowboys here in Frontierland, known as the citizens of Frontierland. They've started to wander around Frontierland for the past few weeks. Now, obviously, again, it is weather dependent because when it's rainy like this, they're probably not going to come out. They're probably not going to want to come out because there's so much else to do for them, so many things that they need to do as cowboys, important citizens of Frontierland. But if you happen to be in Frontierland whilst they are wandering around, then go and say hello to them, have a nice interaction. It's fun, it's live entertainment, and I'm so glad glad that Disneyland Paris is bringing out some more of these citizens, because we used to have some on Main Street USA as well. I think last year they brought them back, and now we have some in Frontierland, which is awesome. And let me know in the comments down below, if you visited Disneyland Paris recently, have you come across one of these cowboys, or should I say citizens of Frontierland? And I think I've just spotted some of them here. Even though it's raining, they must have taken some cover. So let's go and just say a quick hello to them. Look at them.
Hello, my lady.
So cool to meet you guys, actually.
So good to meet you.
Yeah, happy to be in Frontierland, one of my favorite lands. And
me too.
yeah,
Welcome
of course it is. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. You too.
Bye
bye. Cheers. Thank you.
I love your smile.
Oh, that's so kind of you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, that was totally unexpected, but there you go. You can sometimes bump into them and it just brings joy into people. I mean, it brought joy to me. They said they liked my smile. Next new thing at Disneyland Paris are actually two new things, and they're two snacks. So in Fantasyland at the Old Mill, where you can see behind me, they used to sell some little mini crepes that were called poffertjes. Poffertjes, I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing them wrong, but they're like Dutch pancakes. They were very nice. You could get them with sugar or with Nutella, and they were actually very, very popular here as well. But for some bizarre reason, as of about 2 or 3 weeks ago, they are no longer on the menu at the Old Mill. But they haven't just gotten rid of them, they've replaced them with two new snacks, as I mentioned. And now, instead of the poffertjes, you can get yourself a couple of different tarts. So they have an apple tart or an apricot tart with pistachio, and they're €6 each. You can also add some whipped cream and chocolate to them for €1 extra. I tried the apple tart the other day, and you know what? It wasn't bad. I was actually surprised as to how much I ended up enjoying it. So I guess I'm not too upset about them taking over from the poffertjes that they had here, but I would love to hear your opinions. If you've tried them, what do you think? Do you think they're better than the mini crepes that they used to sell here, the poffertjes, or are you happy that they've now changed them to an apple tart or an apricot tart? And also, have you tried them with whipped cream? Because I just had them without the whipped cream, but you know, if you're a whipped cream fan, you might enjoy it even more with that. Hi Tiana, how are you? Well, that was really cute and random, bumping into Tiana on the way to La Confiserie de Trois Fers, which is basically the Three Fairies' confectionery here in Fantasyland, because they've also got a new snack here for the time being. And because Valentine's Day is coming up, we're currently in February of 2025, they have a new snack to celebrate this day of love, and it's basically a Rice Krispie treat. It's priced at €5 and it's pink. It's got some cute little heart-shaped sprinkles on it, and I did try this one as well earlier, and it was fine. It looked better than it tasted. I thought it was a little bit too dry. The chocolate bits, so the ears were actually kind of nice, but the rest of it wasn't to my taste. But if you are here during the month of February, or whilst they have this snack at the Three Fairies confectionery here, which is in Fantasyland, and currently is where you can find most of your snacks because the Boardwalk Candy Palace on Main Street is closed for refurbishment, give it a go. And if you have already tried it, or if you're looking forward to trying it, let me know in the comments down below. What did you think? Speaking of Valentine's Day, of course, Disney has also recently released some new Valentine's Day merch, which you can see here behind me. We're currently in Emporium, so let's have a look. These ears are definitely new, and I kind of like them. I love the embroidery with the little hearts, and then Mickey and Minnie kissing in the middle. Very nice. These are priced at €25. You've got these extremely random plushes of Angel and Stitch, and I think the hats are meant to be like heart-shaped hats, which is adorable, but also very, very random. You can get these cute mug sets of Mickey and Minnie, and you can see the designs over there. These are lovely, actually, and it says True Love on them. And then, of course, we've also got some mugs of Stitch with Angel, similarly designed to the ones of Mickey and Minnie. They've got a heart-shaped handle, which is cute, and these sets are €30 each. I thought I'd very quickly try these new Valentine's Day ears on. What do you guys think? I mean, I'm very aware that I'm currently wearing them over my hat, but I think they are pretty nice, to be fair. Like I said, for €25, not too bad, and I particularly like the hearts on them, the embroidered hearts, they're very cute. Also, these aren't specific to Valentine's Day, but these were also released not so long ago, and I think they are so, so beautiful. Some of the best lounge flies I've ever seen. I mean, look at them. They've got a nice silver bow, they've got Mickey prints all over them, they're sequin bags as well. They are wonderful, but what's not wonderful is, of course, the price at €100. The lounge flies are at Main Street Motors, by the way, and the Valentine's Day range is an Emporium, in case you're interested. We have made it. Ooh. We have made it to Walt Disney Studios Park now, and currently standing in front of Toy Story Playland, as you can see, demonstrated by the lovely Buzz behind me. But the cool thing is that the next new thing I want to talk about, after Buzz makes another announcement here,
Play with the toy.
Okay, I'm preparing to enter. But yeah, pretty soon, Buzz isn't going to be the only character or big giant toy welcoming us into Toy Story Playland here in Walt Disney Studios. Or should I be saying Disney Adventure World? Because yes, as we all know, from 2026, this park is going to have a name change. It's going to be turning into Disney Adventure World rather than the Walt Disney Studios Park that we've known for a couple of decades now. And with that, we're also going to have two new giant Toy Story characters welcoming us into Toy Story Playland here. So as of just a couple of weeks ago, So both Jessie and my baby Woody have been spotted here in Walt Disney Studios Park. Obviously, they're undercover, they're behind walls, they're behind renovations, so you can't easily access them. But if you actually ride the parachute drop, which is one of the rides here, you might be able to spot them, and this is exactly what I did. So hopefully you'll be seeing some images of both Jessie and Woody, and of course both of them are eventually going to be new entrances to Toy Story Playland here, which you can hopefully see in the concept art right here. I am so excited, especially to be getting Woody as well, considering we already have Buzz, and then Jessie I believe is in Shanghai Disneyland Toy Story Land, and of course Woody is at the entrance of Toy Story Land in Hollywood Studios. Pretty soon in Disneyland Paris, in Disney Adventure World, we're going to have all three of them, and I for one cannot wait. And the cool thing is, if you stand exactly where I'm standing right now, you might even be able to spot a little bit of Jessie's hat from behind the walls, which is so cool to see. And then down here, right in front of the Pixar wall, you might be able to spot the handsome face of Woody over there as well. So exciting. Now don't get me wrong, just because Woody and Jessie have now made it into Walt Disney Studios Park doesn't mean that we're going to be seeing them properly anytime soon. Don't forget, we're still in 2025, at the start of it actually, February of 2025, but it is still exciting just to know that they are there. Like, that's Woody up there. So nice! Be sure to subscribe to my channel, by the way, if you haven't already. It's free to do so, and it means that you're going to be getting the latest news about Disneyland Paris. And trust me, as soon as I know when we're going to have Disney Adventure World ready, of course with World of Frozen as well, I'll be sure to let you know. And follow me on Instagram too, because that's where I normally tend to share news first. Can you guys hear RC Racer there behind me? Love the scream, such a fun, thrilling ride. But another new exciting thing that has also recently arrived into Toy Story Playland, I feel like there's a lot of things happening here this year. There's a couple of new stands, snack stands, food carts, chalets, whatever you want to call them. But from what I can see, they look to be permanent ones. Hopefully they'll keep them, because by the looks of it, it seems that they've actually gone through the effort of making them themed. So you've got these beautiful, colorful blocks on the stand, and then one of them is called the Playhouse Cafe. And then right next to it, we've got the Party Cafe, and this is on the way to Cars Road Trip. Unfortunately, the menus and the snacks they offer aren't very inspired, but at least you can get some snacks here. So you've got some candy floss and churros in this one. The churros do look pretty good, to be fair, and if you want to see me try some of these snacks, then make sure you subscribe to my channel, or I'll leave a link down below to a video that I made all about the current construction work in Walt Disney Studios, and you can check that out. And then this next stand seems to do burgers. So there's a cheeseburger priced at €9.50, or a chicken burger, and French fries for €5. Again, this is what the burgers and French fries look like, and if you're interested to see what I think of the taste, and like I said, make sure you're subscribed, because I will be doing so probably tomorrow actually. But yeah, two fun additions in my opinion to Walt Disney Studios Park, especially because this area of the park has been so empty for the longest time. And don't get me wrong, it's still rather empty. I am so looking forward to World of Frozen opening, because once it is open, then when you get to the end of this road, you'll see, Arendelle, and it's going to be so much more than what we see right now. But just the fact that they've added a couple of snack carts, and like I said, really nice looking ones, makes me happy. I only wish that the snacks that they sold in them were themed too. Like, it would be so cool if they maybe sold some, I don't know, like churros that had a Toy Story theme with them, or cupcakes, or burgers with some kind of Toy Story overlay, because that's what the theme of them is meant to be, right? But it looks like the actual snacks are just regular snacks. Hopefully they'll at least taste nice. And I'm walking here to show you the last new stand too. This one's called the Roadside Snacks, and by the looks of it, it sells waffles, some fries, and frikandel sausages. Here's a quick look at the prices here, and again, I feel like the theming of the stand, very nice, but I wish that what they sold was a little bit more Cars themed. If you are looking for slightly more themed snacks, by the way, the Laugh and Go Kart just over there currently is closed, but generally when it's open, it does sell some cute looking snacks, so you can go there if you would prefer that. But yeah, without further ado, let's move on to the next new thing. And our next stop is, of course, you might be able to tell from the music, is Avengers Campus, because ever since about 2 months ago, there's been a new show happening here daily. But again, make sure to check the app, because some days it might be filmed at different hours, but it's a Doctor Strange show. It's officially called Doctor Strange Mystery of Mystics. Generally tends to happen twice a day, but again, make sure to check the app for the exact timings of the particular day that you are visiting. And it's really fun, especially if you're a Doctor Strange fan. I think Agatha's also in it, and the Scarlet Witch. Pardon me, my Marvel knowledge isn't very good, but it happens here on top of that building up there, and it's about a 15-minute show. There's some little sparkles, like firework type things, there's some conversation, there's some superhero training. It is very fun, but you kind of need to be a Marvel fan to appreciate it. I think kids, especially if they love Marvel, they're really going to enjoy it. So if you are coming to Disneyland Paris and this park specifically in the next few months, then make sure to check it out. It is on until the 29th of March 2025, so we've still got about 2 months left. And we are back in the main park now, in front of the beautiful Main Street train station, which may look a little bit different to you right right now, and that's because it's got some decorations on it, some winter decorations that aren't actually new. They are actually from last year, 2024, the Symphony of Color season, but for whatever reason, Disneyland Paris has decided to bring them back this year, and I'm guessing they'll only be around for the next few months. By April of 2025, they should be gone because that's when the music festival starts. However, if you are visiting Disneyland Paris until April and you see these, wintry decorations from last year, take some photos with them, enjoy them, and they might not be to everyone's taste. I quite like them, I'll be honest. But even if you don't like them, just, enjoy the fact that they're there on a unique basis, because they won't always be here. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative. Let me know in the comments down below if you're excited about any of the new things that I mentioned here in Disneyland Paris. And I can see my camera has a couple of drops of water on it, so I better finish this video soon. I want to give a massive shout out to my lovely Patreon members and my YouTube members, and also thank you to you guys for watching this video. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel, follow me on Instagram, put the notification bell on as well, because that way you will never miss, hopefully, any of my future videos. But thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.